Hi there, I'm Amanda with amandascorner.com, and today I'm going to show you a Pilates arm exercise. So all of the various Pilates arm exercises are typically done with really light weights, either 1 pound, these are 2 pound dumbbells, 3 pounds, we usually don't go too much over 3 pounds, probably certainly not more than 5 pounds. And if you're just starting out, then you can use something lying around the house. You can use soup cans or water bottles, will work just fine. Okay, so just like all of the other Pilates exercises we do, not only are we going to have light weights, but there's going to be a low number of repetitions, and we're going to focus, of course, on making this happen from the abdominals and through the back muscles. So we're going to use the power of the powerhouse of your core to stabilize you as we work the arms. Oftentimes at the gym, I will see people with really too much weight, doing the bicep curls, throwing the whole body into it, using their back, they're going to injure themselves. So we want to stay really still, almost like a statue through the torso as we perform these. So the first exercise I'm going to show you, traditionally a lot of times it's done up against a wall with your back supported against a wall and your shoulder blades, or maybe a little bit of a wall sit where you're in a bit of a squat. I like to do it and teach it to my clients out in the center of the room because that draws in even more belly and core. So my feet are parallel, they're about hip distance apart, and I'm going to do a teeny tiny baby squat. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm dropping maybe half an inch. So I'm going to keep softness in the knee joints, and the bum is just very slightly heading back. So I still have basically my neutral spine here. I'm going to draw the tummy in and lift the pelvic floor, so I have a lot of support before I begin. I'm going to take my 2 pound weights, palms are facing in toward me, and again, I'm not going to lock out my elbow joints and hyperextend, they're going to be soft. I'm going to keep the chest nice and wide so the collarbones are spreading wide, and I'm going to reach and lift out through the top of the head. So I have really beautiful posture here as if I could be stacked up against a wall, but again, I'm going to do this out in the center of the room. What I'm going to do here is draw small, slow circles and begin to work my arms up onto a high diagonal. As I come to this shoulder height and above shoulder height level, I want to make sure I'm drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Also, as I come up, I want to take care not to flail and pop the ribs. Okay, so my ribs are going to stay drawn down and in. I'm going to continue that same direction and just circle my way back down. You're just breathing naturally through this, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and I'm going to repeat that. So keeping a little bit of softness in the elbows, but then keeping the arms long. I'm not bending the elbows more as I do this. I get more work up at the shoulders and stabilizing at my shoulder blades at the scapula. But you'll also feel this down through the forearms. You want to keep the wrist nice and long so that they're in a neutral position. And then I'm going to repeat this 2 more times, but circling in the opposite direction. So I make this nice and fluid. And what I love about this exercise is that it is a really functional way to build strength because you're moving through space in a 3D manner. You're moving in circles and you're moving through various planes of space. We're going to do this 1 more time. So we're not just isolating one muscle. We're not moving in a linear fashion like a robot. We're moving like people, which is good. This is also fabulous for somebody who has had a shoulder injury and is in need of some shoulder rehabilitation. So somebody, perhaps they've had a rotator cuff injury or maybe even surgical intervention. If they've had an operation, then these can be a really nice way. Again, you want to start with light weights, but a really nice way just to start to build some strength and stabilize around the shoulder joint. The shoulders have more mobility. Normally, they have more mobility than any other joint in the body. And there's not a lot of stability there. So we give and provide stability by building the strength. And this is a lovely way to build it uniformly around the shoulder. And using the light weights and soft joints, we don't add any strain or stress to the body through the neck, through the shoulder, down the elbow, down the wrist. So it is a great way. There's certainly nothing wrong with using heavier weights and doing more traditional type upper body strengthening exercises, but this is a great thing to mix in. It's nice to mix up your exercises for your body and for your brain so you don't get bored. And this is just a really lovely functional way. You put that little baby squat and hold the tummy in so we get that stabilization through the core, and then you're also getting the upper body strengthening, and then really, again, I've said it so many times, but in a really functional manner. If you have any questions on this exercise or anything else regarding Pilates, you can feel free to email me at amandascorner, and that's CORENER @charter.net. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.